Welcome to the Atheist Roundtable. Tonight, you've got a bunch of misfits just jacking off on camera. Hallelujah this evening.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Atheist Roundtable, and we're excited to have you tonight. We're going to have a whole lot of damn fun tonight, and we've been looking forward to this show for the last couple of days, and some cool things to talk about, celebrate some big news tonight that we want to share. But before we get into that, my name is Oz. I am your host, and right here next to me in the middle screen, that is Mike. That's my co-host. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. I wanted to just take a quick second to, I guess, kind of go over something real quick that I've wanted to do in the show before, but I never really got to. And that's if you are struggling with your faith, or you're in a position where you're watching these shows because you're on the fence and you don't know what you believe, but you're really having struggles with fear of hell or things like that, please reach out to Recovering from Religion. If you think that you are in need of some very real help and you don't want to subject yourself to potentially a religiously biased therapist, reach out to the Secular Therapy Project. And then last, but probably most importantly, if you are in the special category of being a pastor or somebody in the ministry who is struggling with their faith, and you kind of are struggling with the ramifications of walking away and the lifestyle involved with that, the Clergy Project is an amazing resource. So please reach out to that. With that said, Oz, that's all you, brother.
Perfect. No, I love that. And yeah, those any of those folks, we're not professionals. If the first step is you want to contact us, email us, Austin at tart.live, or our social media links, go there. We'll help give you some good sources or resources to contact. So that being said, the next segment for our regular viewers, we have Jeff come on, and he discusses the website and merchandise and Discord, and he does have part of some of the good news and exciting news for tonight, dealing with our website. But Jeff, show these fine folks what they're in for.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up the website here so we can all see it, and we got new product. Look at this. We got new stuff. We got new T-shirts. We got new hats. This hat's like absolutely fire. New logo tees. Looks great, actually. I really do enjoy the new logo on the tee. It looks sick. Also got a new T-shirt that we're working on the fonts for. But front of the shirt, we got John 3:16. You guys all know that one. But what you don't know is Revelation 20:15. Yeah, you're still going to hell. So we got some good. We're working on some shirts that are going to have some contradictions front and back. It's going to be a wonderful thing. I think the hat is killer. And then, of course, my personal favorite's still here because it's our number one seller. I don't know that, but it's anecdotal evidence. I bought one, so it must be the best.
It is.
It's the number one seller. It's killing it. So, and then, of course, I can't believe I forgot. If you want to be on the show, we got a new layout, too, on here. It looks great. So you can go, one, see what we got upcoming, but two, you can sit at the round table. So if you want to, you go ahead and book an appointment with us, talk to Austin, see if you'd be a good fit, get on the show.
Oh, and is that a website update that I see there? Does it look a little updated to me, or does it look a little cleaner, Austin? Is that just?
I think it looks cleaner.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the homepage here.
Oh yeah, sexy.
Yeah,
sexy.
Rebranded. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like the type of church you would go to that has wood paneling on the walls and arcade machines in the lobby, and probably progressive enough to have their own app, so that you can make payments to the church through an app.
You said arcades. It's the only thing that my mind was like, yes.
Yeah. So we did refresh it, and shout out to Pasta, and Pasta will be joining us here in a little bit. So just as a teaser, the Pasta Man will be jumping on with us here in a few. But Jeff, so we covered the website and the merch and the kind of the refresh there. Tell us how they get to the Discord.
Sure. So pulling up the Discord here. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And let's go to a welcome channel. So Discord here, it's Let's Talk Religion. We can pull up the link down below. Plenty of channels right now with different things going on, from theism, from Islam to Hinduism to Christianity. We have a multi-faith channel too, where we talk about all kinds of stuff. It looks like they got a picture of Horus up, if I'm right. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in here. A lot of good discussion the last few days, and it's actually been a calmed down a little bit and become more mature over time. So the discussions we're having in here, much more mature, higher level now, and even got some voice chat going on. So shout out to those guys that are in the voice chat right now.
Oh, Alpaca, who's in there, by the way.
Wait, is Austin asleep?
Oh gosh, it does look like he's asleep.
I'm here.
God, man.
I'm here. I fell asleep. No, I'm kidding.
Hold on.
It'll catch up. I promise. As soon as all that stuff leaves the screen. I don't know why we're always good. We're always good till showtime, and then the devil takes hold of my my internet. So, and if you watch my screen, it'll start doing it'll do some funny shit for you. It's a good thing this is a funny show, but no, that's great, Jeff. Thank you for sharing all that, and on there is where, on the Discord we have a lot of great conversations, and sometimes at night once I get all the work done, I'll jump on there, and it's hard telling what we're going to talk about that evening. So Jeff, thank you very much, and we'll probably see you here in a little bit, my man. All right, so what I want to do here is next is kind of talk about where where we start and where we're at now, and that will lead us into when we bring Post on, kind of the purpose behind the rebrand, and then our two exciting announcements will be a little later in the show, but those also play a part into why we decided to refresh the visual of the brand. But that being said, I want to ask Mike this, and Steve and Jeff, I'll ask them the same thing here in a few minutes. But Mike, looking back at it from we're just a few short months ago, we just had a bunch of people on a video Skype chat, and would have similar conversations that we do here on our platform, but also would just get on there and get to know each other and talk shit and have fun, and we formed a lot of great friendships and relationships. But from that time till today, obviously the growth has been awesome. But then when you I guess drill down a little further and think about how far this channel has come just in a short 2 months, what is maybe one or two things that stand out to you as far as growth, or things we've improved in, and what sticks out to you as wins, I guess?
Well, the first thing I would say, and that's not like any order or something I would say that is a priority over one or the other, but the first thing I guess that strikes me the most is that it hasn't even, I don't think, been 2 full months. I could be mistaken. It might be exactly 2 full months or a little over. And we hit almost 700 subscribers. So that to me is awesome in the sense of that, like we went from talking on Skype to having some kind of an audience, which I thought would take a really long time, which means that I feel like I've surrounded myself with good people that I thought were interesting, and I feel like that's been verified, at least from other people that are. Maybe we're not everybody's cup of tea, and I completely understand that, but that would be probably the first thing. The main thing I would say is our drive. The drive to get better has been amazing. When we get off the show, and we're always pretty harsh on ourselves, what we could do more, whether certain knowledge in certain areas, because we're not experts at really anything. So this is just a discussion of what you believe and your epistemic warrant of how you got there. So I think the growth of all of us has been, it seems like we're all wanting to be better people, and we all can acknowledge ego and things like that are there, but we can be like, okay, you set things aside and try to let people speak their mind and things like that. I think just from a growth standpoint of having a goal set, or even just having that positive growth as a human, has been the most beneficial thing. People in my personal life have told me that I'm a much better communicator than I was before all this. And so on that personal level, it's been huge. And I see that with you guys as well. And so it's really just comes down to that, just that like survival of the fittest kind of like, let's take everything on at once, you know, and grow from it. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I agree with everything you just said. And just as far as, where I sit, my perspective, Mike came into this, Mike's a smart guy. All you got to do is sit down and have a conversation with him. He's brilliant. And when I met Mike, though, like even in Discord conversations, what you see today out of Mike is impressive in such a short amount of time. Because when I met him, he was guns blazing, teeth showing. He will bite your fucking head off. If you're making a stupid argument, it was cutthroat. And he, in a very, very short amount of time, and I mean a very short amount of time, has learned to exercise patience and empathy and be able to get, process through those things that, sometimes we as atheists, and we're going against certain arguments that we do think are absurd, that he has learned to navigate through that, try to gain understanding, asking questions and seek to understand, and then apply an argument without it having to be hostile. And most people, it takes them years to go from that platform to this platform, to be able to control that. So mad props to you, brother. You've come.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you were. Don't get me wrong. It was hilarious to listen to you.
Oh, I got a kick out of it. Don't get you wrong. I still do it. I mean, I've had more difficult times in discussions in regards to the Islamic faith that I've tried to approach the same thing. It's a learning process. I think that's the best thing about all of us, though, to tie you guys back into this, is that we all want to acknowledge things. And what inspired me the most out of any of this is you, whenever you talk with Pasta Mike or anything behind, I'm going to peel back the curtains for people here, since I just feel like I can. Pasta Mike would, if there was something that he thought we could improve on, or anybody, Oz wasn't, I'm going to go find an excuse, which is like what I'm really good at. And he would go, I'm going to go find a pencil and a piece of paper and write this down. And so for me, that and I expressed this to him not that long ago, it's like, that's something I wish I just inherently had, because I'm always looking for an excuse or something to say. So dropping that for me has been so hard, but you've been so instrumental in that for me. And like my friends, especially like my friends that I've had for my whole life, like my friend Corbin and Bird and guys who I had these conversations with regularly and things like that, where it's like I've seen a lot of value in things, and a lot of that's because of the people I luckily have surrounded myself with. So it's really all thanks to all you guys. So I really appreciate that.
Yep. And we all make each other better. The rising tide raises all ships. And there's no doubt that the ones that are, day to day working on behind the scenes on this channel, we all make each other better. There's no doubt about that. But, but everything you said is true, even if it's personal growth for Mike or personal growth for myself or Pasta, Jeff, Steve. It doesn't matter. As all of us get better, it only improves the channel. And that's why we continue to see this growth. So it's amazing. So, real quick, I told these other gentlemen to be ready. Steve, if you're there and are ready, I just want to ask you just one simple question that I asked Mike there. And the 2 months we've been doing this, if we don't apply, the Skype days when we were talking all that shit, but actually putting this onto a channel and really trying to create great content, what do you see as a channel and as a team, a group? A group of people, what do you see as our greatest growth, or what is our greatest win so far?
Well, I mean, besides the obvious, the technological, all that kind of stuff, we've come a long way. I mean, from fuzzy pictures and just using phone mics and phones as cameras and all this kind of stuff. The production value in general has come a long way. But I think one big takeaway is, for me, it's just the way that Mike interacts. Kind of what he was saying before, but like, he's found the balance between coming really hard and understanding somebody else's position, which has been fantastic. Don't worry, Sean, we'll get to it. I haven't even lit my pipe yet. And then the other thing is just kind of the development of where we all fit in the as a team, the development of characters, finding a balance between taking on these serious topics and having a little fun and making it fun for the viewers and making it a good time where we can all kind of get to know each other, understand each other, but at the same time poke a little bit of fun and enjoy each other's company. So and I think finding that little balance was one of the most important things that we've done as a channel.
I agree. Absolutely. And Steve has stepped into his own, and we've tapped into the dark side of Steve that I think all of us thought was there, but now we have confirmed is there, and we have demonstrable evidence that he actually does own a murder shed, and we now officially won't invite him to meet us in public. Because we're afraid of the ramifications.
That's the safest place to be, is in public. Come on, Oz, you should know this by now.
Steve, I don't. After some of the videos I've seen of the murder shed, I'm not going anywhere with you.
I'm no DMX. Okay, I'm not going to catch you where I catch you.
4 out of 5 people are meeting, and there's a reason you're not one of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Fair enough.
I'm just messing with you. I felt like immediately bad when I said that. Like immediately terrible.
When a tiger has stripes, you can't be mad for calling him a tiger, can ya?
Well, we could get into the meta ethics and the morality, so to speak, about it all, but yeah, another time.
Yeah, but no. So far since Pasta's helped Steve develop this Murder Shed Steve character and personality, Steve, you've done a great job. Keep kicking ass, man, and it's great having you part of the team, brother.
Thank you. I love you. Hey, actually, that's normal. I'm surprised you brought me back.
I wish I had. I needed like a broom to like sweep them off.
I get choppy because I get chopped. All right, have a fun show, guys. I'll see you for Q&A.
Absolutely. And then next on the mic, we're going to bring back just Jeff. And Jeff's been part of the group. He was one of the original ones that met Pasta on he and I on TikTok, and that kind of started the evolution. I know people hate hearing that word. The evolution,
the revolution
or revolution, however we want to spin that.
Or you can call them evolutionists, which is funny.
There you go. Or just we all just work for the devil. Let's just keep it simple. But no, so Jeff and I met Pasta via TikTok about the same time, and really those relationships started to develop there, and here we have it today. So simply, Jeff, you've heard the same question, but what in the 2 months we've been doing this, what do you see as our channel, or as a team, as a group? What do you see as our greatest win or greatest area of growth so far?
I think you see a lot of like the caliber of talent that we're bringing on the show. The people that we're having discussions with, and the level of the discussion. I mean, we went from having a 3-hour meeting with no agenda and no purpose to a 1.5-hour show with a clear-cut message that we can get across in a viewing time frame for our audience, so that they're not, we're condensing the message now for them so they can see it on a digestible scale. And that's what I think. We've got something that's easy to digest, something that makes good snippets, and something you can watch on your way to free time, and it doesn't take up your whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, great point. And it's you know, and Mike, you can definitely chime in on this. And and when we were backstage before Pasta joined us, I was going through some of our old Skype videos today, and just to see and hear. And we get, just so you guys know, when we get to 1,000 subs, we're gonna grab some snippets off those things, and we're gonna crack your asses up. All right?
I didn't agree with this.
Well, then you don't have to be a part. But but there's some funny snippets on there that everybody will enjoy. They're hilarious. But to see and hear and watch the development of, you know, Mike and Jeff and Steve and even Pasta and myself, you know, there's things that you can go back and watch, and it's like, holy shit, man. You know, the hard work is evident, and I love that we're able to do that, and that the listeners and the viewers get to watch that, and they get to experience that with us, and they're in, you know, by them spending time with us, they're investing in that growth. You know, that their time is not free. That, you know, that time is valuable. So then, by them doing that and encouraging us and continuing to hit the subscribe button, those are investments in us, and part of that is even what has made this a success and made us better. So, you know, going from that, Mike, I haven't really heard you say anything about that yet. What, as far as our group that we work on this day to day together, what's your view of? It can even be something funny, you know, if there's anything sticks out to you. But from the times we were talking and shooting a shit on Skype to where we are today, is there anything that sticks out to you?
Yes, the first thing that sticks out to me is the steamboat incident with David, but that's more of a that's a whole long story I can't get into. It had nothing to really do with everybody. I just thought that, like, your responses to that were just, we went from a lot of technical difficulties, and it seemed to be only Christians at first. And so we were convinced God did not want them to share. He was like, he's going to embarrass us. But we had our share of all that. So if I could be more serious, I would say, well, I guess I take it back to the night that we had like Libertarian Joker and Loki and all these guys on, and we ended up talking about like abortion, which is something I don't think we'll do too much on this show. It's I think it's a little, probably cuts that political line a lot, where it's like, we I don't know, maybe we will. We haven't done it. Just depends, I guess, on the guest. It's not something we'll just bring up, you know, just to have the argument. But it was cool, I guess, just seeing all that. It was cool to see clips, or I would love to see the clips if those were recorded, of how different of a perspective we all really had, and how a lot of theists will generally think, oh, you're an atheist, so you are automatically pro-choice, and you're callous to like all lives or whatever, or all fetuses or whatever it would be. So I think like just those stick out to me because it was like the first time I interacted with a bunch of atheists like on video, like, you know, from around the country and different perspectives. And so that stands out to me because it was like, whoa, okay, a lot of these guys don't think the same way. We just have, I always thought, you know, we agree on one position, but it was really like, yeah, okay, we really only agree on one position. We might not agree on, you know, political. We might not have voted for the same person, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's those stuff. It's cool to see that people probably think we get along because of our atheism and stuff, and that's part of it. But it's like also because we're learning from each other, where it's like I take positions where I might have been more of a moral I switch back and forth between being like a moral cognitivist or non-cognitivist. And so I talk to like guys like Etna on Skype, and I'm always playing tennis matches with my head. I think it's good. I think it's like one of those things where it's okay to say that you could be wrong about something, and it's nice to have a group of people that can kind of sway you, because I think the dangerous element about it is people going to like someone like Hitchens or Dawkins or just any figure and going, I don't know this this one kind of topic, so I'm going to see what they say about it, and then I'll probably align myself with that. I think that's dangerous. Whereas when you get together with a group of people and you actually express the ideas like we did on Skype, you can come to a better conclusion. Go, oh, let me look into that from a perspective that's not just, oh, well, Sam Harris thinks this about morality, so I'm going to align myself with that. Because I think that's a very, very dangerous way. And I think getting on Skype with you guys really helped me see how beneficial it is to get 11 perspectives from something, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And just real quick, Chris from the Damn Show just joined us. And since we're not in the middle of a roundtable discussion, I want to make sure we stop and give him a shout out. He always gives us love on his show. So if you don't know Chris, go check out his show. It's 9 a.m. in the mornings, and it is the Damn Show. You heard that right. Go check out the Damn Show. But Jeff, no, thank you for jumping on. Jeff really wears a lot of hats. He helps with a lot of different things, but just watching him go from on TikTok being the troll that you never got to see his face, didn't really know who he was, and now he's become very vocal in his stance, and is it even now shown the world what he looks like, and we didn't really need to see that now in hindsight. But he did it anyway. but Jeff, you're valuable. You two are a valuable asset. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.
I knew he was going to do that. I knew it.
Can I start a slow clap one time? Like when we get since now we have the clap drops, like I guess now that I said it, probably I'm going to get left hanging, but if I could just one time be able to start that and then get that, oh my gosh, I'd feel so like verified, I guess.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Nope.
I'll try it one time.
Just stop there. Just stop there. But so for me, I'm going to wait to kind of share my thoughts on that when we bring Pasta in here in a minute. We talk kind of about the reason we're refreshing our brand or our look while we're doing that, and dig into it there. But the one thing that I do want to say, and we're obviously with the Murder Shed Steve intro, and then working a couple other bits that and just trying to inject more humor and more of our actual personalities in the show while still keeping it about keeping the main thing, which is the what, how, and why. We also want people to see who we really are, and really when we're talking and we're having conversation, we're in a dialogue. The faces you see on the screen when we're going through these very serious questions about what people believe in and why, it can get intense and all that. But I'll tell you what, I'm surrounded by some funny sons of bitches. Like their sense of humor and their quick wit is it's awesome. It's refreshing, and they keep you on your toes, because as soon as you say some dumb shit, they take advantage, and you won't hear the end of it. So it's Mac Pappy's in the house.
Mac
Pappy. And just so y'all know, Mac Pappy's a big blood. Just in case you didn't know, you better know he's a King James version blood. But
I thought you guys had nicknamed him Mac Pappy, and I thought it was awesome because like my buddy Bird's always like when I go over, he's always like, "What's up, Pappy?" And so I just whenever I hear that, I'm always just thinking my buddy Bird's like, "What's up, Pappy?" And no, it's just what he goes by. So I just thought that was interesting. Somehow relevant.
Yep, and I just want to say, normally I don't look at the chats. I happen to look over, and there's that one guy that thinks he's a pastor, and his name's Joan. I think Joan.
Yeah.
But did you know that he wrote me, a grown man? He took the time to sit down and write me a poem about being an atheist.
Yeah.
That's cute. Good times. But no, to keep everything going, the one thing that sticks out to me, I guess, without getting into kind of the vision, the goals, things like that Apostle and I want to talk about. There are certain milestones or things you hit, and like when I was on vacation, we hit the 500 subs, and I was like, I don't care where I'm at, I have to be on that show, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. I have to be on that show. I have to celebrate with the guys, with the viewers. So milestones like that obviously are very important when you get there. But I guess kind of the moment for me where it was like, wow, this has the possibility to actually make a huge impact, and help a lot of people, is between the 2 episodes of when we had Mr. Big Faith on, and then the following one I think was Al, the Seventh-day Adventist. And I felt like all of us had some of our best nights as far as question asking, production, direction, Q&A. I felt like in those two shows, everything started to actually click, and everything started to kind of run simultaneously. And we talk about that well-oiled machine. I feel like that started to happen in those two shows. And after those two shows is when we really hit the snowball effect with subscribers and all of that. And that's just attributed to the hard work that you guys put in behind the scenes. And then, the more the viewers see it, the more prone they are to want to watch, because the content's getting better, it's improving. And I know, as somebody that subscribes to all of these other channels, that I even look for those things, like what keeps me entertained and has, I guess you'd call it like the sweet and salty, what's funny, but also some serious elements there too. And I think we're really beginning to put together a great mix of those things. So that really sticks out to me as far as, kind of the one of the pivotal moments so far. We'll have more, but one of the pivotal moments where it's like, okay, it kind of clicked. Everything started to click right there. And we started asking really, really good questions. We were confident in those questions. We were confident in the process, the what, how, why. And now it's just become, that part of the show's become a machine, and we go through that, and we keep barreling through that. So all of that, all that's is just a indication of what's yet to come. It's only get bigger and better from there. So on that part, I kind of want to pause as far as the conversation about the channel. And I want to say this for anybody that's in the chat section right now, that if you have, either yourself or you have family or friends that you're like, I really think that this person in my family or my sphere of influence could really benefit from, talking with Austin and Mike or whoever's, hosting that particular week or show. I think they benefit from that. By all means, please, send them our way. Have them email me, Austin at tart.live, Austin at tart.live. Get a hold of us. We have a huge portfolio, so to speak, now that you can send to them. Find your favorite episodes that you've seen and send it to them. Say, look, these guys aren't that, unfortunately, the stereotypical, atheist that just wants to tear them apart and tell them they're, fucking idiots and dumb and all that. But they're actually going to talk with you, not at you, and have that conversation. So we want to do that because we want you to know that you can, send those people our way, that you can trust us with those people, and we're going to handle them the same way we've handled every other episode, where it's like, we're going to ask very, very tough questions sometimes, but we're always going to respect the human, but we're always also going to attack the belief, and that's always going to be what we do. So that said, Mike, anything that you want to say before I bring our next face on screen here?
Yeah, I have a new shirt design, and it's just going to on the front say "That said," and then Tart on the back.
I hate you.
No, I'm just kidding. I do it so much too, and every time I do it, I'm like, but we're going to be known for that, every one of us.
That said, mute this man.
Yeah, that said, you're fired.
Mute this man. But no, what I want to do now is before we get to really the two big announcements for us before I bring Pasta on the screen. Obviously, you see it here to on top of our shoulders here, the new logo, so that really ugly orange and red A is gone. And I say ugly, but I love wearing my shirt, just so you know. But that thing's gone, and I think it's one of the things where it's just I got sick of looking at it because I looked at it all day, every day. But that's gone. We went to this, and here's one thing, and I don't even know if Pasta, he put that together. I don't even know if he realizes this, and he's a genius in his own right, so he probably did. But do you realize in that logo, the more I look at it, and actually I had a conversation with somebody, a potential new co-host there the other day, and she pointed it out, and I was like, holy shit, I thought I was the only one that saw that, so I hadn't even said anything yet. I thought it was just me. But that logo looks like a few things, but you can actually spell Tart with that one little logo.
Yeah,
if you spin it, if you spin it, and there's a cross, there's an A, there's a T, there's so many things in that. So it's.
Can we be real though? Can we be real? Because John's asking a serious question in the comments, and he wants to know what the logo means. It's the thing that we do our rituals on. I mean, clearly that's what we do. So
it's clearly a satanic symbol.
Exactly.
John.
No, it's just our symbol.
Jeez, come to an atheist YouTube feed, and you think we're not worshiping the devil? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's where the animal sacrifices go in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that just leaves me shaking my head, Joan. I don't know what to say, but anyway,
you should write a Dr. Seuss poem about it.
But no, so the logo's there, and obviously you see the new backdrops on the green screens, the new backdrop on behind us there, and what those things will change up as we go. But there's a lot of changes that we're making as far as just being the best at what we can do, delivering the best at visually, audibly, all of those things, and trying to be everything we can to make it better for the viewer, for the subscriber. That way, when they come on, they know they're getting the best product possible. So we have that. You saw the website. So before I dig any further into that, because I won't possibly be able to chop it up with me on this,
because he's been just digging a hole, and get Jeff out of here. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that Pasta, and I will mute his ass if he starts talking over me, that he got the proper introduction, because there's so much that he does behind the scenes. First of all,
a lot of people don't realize he's muted. That people don't even realize. But I want to make sure he gets the credit that he gets. Would you shut up? Somebody's trying to introduce you, and you keep making me stutter. But he doesn't get the credit he deserves. But you know what? Anyway, here's this son of a bitch that helps us with everything. Pasta Mike. There you go.
Hey everybody. Hi. Hey there. Oh my goodness. Let's bring the mood down. Let's everybody shut up for a minute. Let's bring it down. Let's get the atmosphere a little bit. Okay. So how's everybody? Mm-hmm.
We're good.
How them Christians?
I don't know.
We're not here. None of us are.
No, but hey, seriously speaking, seriously speaking though, I do want to mention Chris from the Daily Atheist Show, the Damn Show. He's in the comment section, so we got to give him some love. I know you mentioned Mac Payne while you were drinking out of your
Sorry.
thing. Oh, well, no, you're drinking out of your thing. Might as well mention Pastor Tom. Pastor Tom's here from Naples, Italy. Pastor Tom, you know the guy that you saw him on YouTube lately. The guy that was doing the American Idol show in his church down in Naples, Italy. Oh, Naples, Florida. Yeah. Pastor Tom, youth pastor Tom, looks after a group of kids down there.
That needs to get a damn haircut. Yeah.
His voice goes up a few octaves when he starts. He starts preaching.
I heard him preach. Yep.
Oh, apparently it's a form of preaching. Then we've got Mrs. Mills.
Form of preaching.
We do have Mrs. Mills in the chat too, so we do have to acknowledge Mrs. Mills because she works with the challenged. She works with the challenge. She's currently working with a special person. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pasta, can I acknowledge something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
So Pastor John said that our symbol looks like a cross.
Pastor Tom.
Pastor John, look, when you have two intersecting lines, a lot of stuff is going to look like a cross. Sorry.
I thought about that too.
It's quite frequently in
I was thinking, what T doesn't look like a cross?
Right. Yes. It's just like, anytime they see something, it's like, oh, it's just look at my toast. Jesus was able to come and put his face on my toast. Like, yeah, okay.
Hey, I also look like Jesus, but
yeah, that's how we decided to make himself evident.
Look, because we're running close to the 20-minute, mark before the show runs, right?
Yep.
I want everybody to see, Murder Shed Steve on here as well. We're going to give Murder Shed Steve some credence. Obviously, there's probably not any questions per se. And Austin's about to go into his deets. Austin's going to segue into some cool info, guys. He does have some announcements to make.
Yeah, you're talking the 40 minutes that we had people here waiting. They didn't want to hear anything we said until what we're about to say. So
clickbait. Yeah, absolutely. But let's bring in. I'm going to bring in Murder Shed Steve, folks. Hang on.
Head over to the Murder Shed.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Steve. Are you ready to read out some questions? Because it's Q&A with Murder Shed Steve.
Wait. Can you provide evidence that a god exists?
Oh, hello.
That was pretty cool, Steve.
Hey, well,
pretty cool production value.
I learned from the best. Actually, my favorite toast in the morning is Jesus toast. I can't start my day without a little Jesus toast.
Makes sense.
Is that rye bread or?
It's
No,
white bread.
it's on eBay for like $100.
It's marbled.
Marbled. Okay, not a marbled rye though. It's not like a nice rye.
No, it's not super dry, unless if it's walking above the water.
Gotcha. So Pastor John did some really weird. Hey, did anybody see Pastor John's video earlier? Let's talk about that for a minute. His TikTok. Well, Jeff didn't see it because he's banned. But anybody see? Let's get a close up on his band. Look at this.
You act like TikTok accounts aren't free.
He's banned and muted. Let's take away his First Amendment right. But Pastor John posts a video trying to do some comparison to Martin Luther King Jr. and Jesus being a lesbian. Have you seen this thing?
Yeah, he's racist.
What?
Yeah, Pastor John. Everyone knows Jesus was a lesbian, first of all. I mean, isn't it, what's it in Corinthians? It was in Corinthians, right?
Well,
Sure.
Yep.
It was in
Wasn't
3
it,
Corinthians chapter 45.
There's about 6
Well,
verses.
I just posted actually on my personal Facebook last night several scriptures where Jesus himself refers to slavery and how Christians should be slaves to God, similar to slaves to their masters. So yeah, absolutely.
Well,
It's also Peter 2:18. Anyway,
listen, we could sit here all night just roasting Pastor Tom, and I'm all about it. But I want Jesus Mike to talk about one cool thing, and then I think Oz, you got something cool to bring up as well, right?
oh,
Yep.
Yeah, quit teasing us.
but
Yeah,
can I
go on.
bring? Is it okay? Because I've been doing like lives and stuff where I'm like, can't talk about it. Can I actually talk about it?
You can go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead, bud.
Okay. All right. So, man, I feel honored that I get to do the first part of this. This is awesome.
as long as Jeff doesn't, I'm cool.
Sweet. This means a lot for me as somebody who is a fan of Anthony Magnabosco and street epistemology and things of that nature. So for me, I'm really at least stoked to say, and this could be really cool for a lot of people in the audience or of the viewers, but for me, it's like it's so freaking cool. But Objectively Dan will be on. I believe the date is July 11th. Hopefully I got that date absolutely correct. And if you don't know who Objectively Dan is, he is on Truth Wanted. He's been on The Atheist Experience, Talk Heathen. He was on one of Anthony Magnabosco's original videos where he was a Christian at that time, and then he's now since become not a Christian. And so we'll get to talk to him about that and some other things and the atheist community, things that potentially he'd like to see. Maybe I want to get into with him about whether he'd like to see like a resurgence of formal debates or how he likes those kind of structures, but kind of getting into those kind of things, just kind of nerdy atheist and religious stuff. So I think everybody can get on board with that. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome. What about you, Austin? You got something up your sleeve too, didn't you?
Oh, we got a little
With the
something,
animal.
little something.
What
Little
you got,
something.
bro? What you got, bro?
So then within 6 or 7 days of that, on July 17th at 8 p.m.
Drum roll,
Eastern
Jeff.
Standard Time.
How
Eastern
Hit him with a
Standard
drum
Time.
roll.
We are going to have. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's distracting. I'm ADHD. we're going to have a member of the ACA also, and a co-host of the Atheist Experience, the one and only Jenna Belk, with us.
Blah, 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 blah. Tell him, Austin. Tell him what it is, bro.
So, if you guys don't understand, for our channel starting just 2 months ago, and not having the, not having a longevity, in this community, the relationships that we have started to develop, and the conversations that we're having, even behind the scenes of, just the progress and the growth that we've seen as a channel is very, very humbling for us as a group. And I love that all of us are up here right now, as far as the ones that really helped to launch this and get this thing going. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, every time I talk about that week, the 11th through the 17th, I just get really super fucking pumped, because we've put a lot of hard work into this. We put a lot of energy into this. We put a lot of hours into this. And, there was, 2 weeks, I think we did like six out of 7 days we were going live to help launch this and get content out. And we're, we're starting to, we're starting to create a name, and get a reputation, a very, very good reputation from the conversations I've had. So first and foremost, congratulations to you guys. All the hard work you guys do, and Pasta, behind the scenes. Thank you guys for what you do. But what I want to say first and foremost is Dan and Jenna, publicly thank you for agreeing to be on our show. And we are so grateful and so pumped to have you here. We can't wait to have those conversations with you guys and start to build that relationship, like I said. But for our listeners, for our subscribers, here's what I want to ask you to do. If you don't follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you can find those links anywhere. You can find them on the YouTube account, and if you can't find them, we'll get them to you. But I guarantee you they're on there. You can go to tart.live. They're all on there, so you can find us. And when we post, any show, but especially with Dan and with Jenna, those things, share that with your friends, your family. Let's make Dan and Jenna feel very, very welcomed by the Tart family, so to speak, and those that have already subscribed, and especially the ones that are here. You're here every single episode we do it. Let's make sure they feel welcome. And I promise you, Pasta and I have already been working on it. We are going to, and Pasta will talk about this here in a minute, but we're going to give them the best experience possible on this show. And we are going to deliver not just in content as far as how we present our show, but our production, the intros, and how welcome they feel sitting at the round table. And we're going to kill it. We're going to fucking kill it.
Can I interject?
Yep.
Steve has something that I think it would be important to mention, if you want to take that away, bud.
Yeah, I think we need to. Well, Steve is kind of one of the good things about Steve. I'll speak for Steve, because Steve's Steve's one of those humble guys. He's not really going to pat himself on the back. Steve does a lot of outside stuff. He'll connect with folks on TikTok, and he's really good with that. And through Steve and other folks on TikTok, they actually help us out a lot. And we've met some really cool folks, and Brina, who features on the show every now and again, who banters back and forth with Steve quite often. They're very proactive in the Atheist Roundtable group that we have on Skype. She's reached out to quite a few people for us, people that we probably wouldn't have the same effects if we were to try, especially Austin, because nobody really takes very well to Austin. And
it's true. We
got to give credit where credit's due. So
absolutely.
Thank you to Brina as well. Brina's probably the one that reached out to Jenna, if I believe.
Yes, I think that is definitely the case.
So we're going to likely have Jenna on the show that day. So a lot of cool things, a lot of people helping us out, giving us giving us the up, if you will. Now think of this, fellas. Exclude Jeff from this, right? Take Jeff out of the equation. Think of this, right? Who did a close up on him? Who the hell? Anyway, think of this. One day,
I think it was Jeff that did it.
Give himself a close up. One day, it could be Austin Mike and Murder Shed Steve presenting with the ACA. You gotta appreciate that you guys could be like the new faces of the atheist experience, and these are the people that you need to be rubbing elbows with.
That's a dream. That would be a dream come true. One step at a time, but my gosh, that would be one damn step. One fucking awesome step.
we can just tell them that Jeff hacks his way into the stream every now and again if they ask.
Yeah, that would be the only rational explanation for why we're on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
He actually fails to mention a lot that there's supposed to be a space in between the A and theist in his actual name on TikTok. He's actually a theist troll.
That's true. That is true. He's half Jewish still, I think. The jury's still out on that.
You done?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. I apologize.
No. I'd be watching Pastor John in the comments there, Austin, if I was you, man. But,
Come on, go ahead.
No, seriously, Jeff. I do
That's
apologize.
true. Yeah. Look
No,
out.
but seriously, Jeff. I apologize to you. I know you get upset after the show. He texts me after the show and tells me.
All I'm saying is he gave your fiance a smiley face, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's indicative of something. So
That's a soft J in the front of his name, by the way. It's actually Pastor Hon.
Jan.
Yep. He's from Naples. Mm-hmm.
What is this? What is this CD he's prepping there in his picture?
I think it's like the ballads of Revelation and
It's good. It looks like a good album.
Yeah, it's just like we were here, now the world's dead, and we're in a better place. It's the song. It's the lyrics how they go. That's what that album covers.
CD he's prepping there in his picture.
How are you speaking without your mouth moving there? That was impressive.
I got some of Austin's internet for a second.
Bada boom. That's why I like you guys, because we make fun of each other, and I feel better. I feel better about myself because of it.
It's the only reason I wake up in the morning.
Well,
So I can rip on Jeff.
It's nice to see you and Jeff on the screen at the same time, actually, Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're in a kind of a rivalry right now. I feel like I'm like having to like hold them back, you know.
Yeah, Jeff smells like fish, so
Yeah.
At least I smell.
So guys, if I could put it back on the track for a second.
Bring it back.
Should we go ahead and mention the deets for tomorrow's show, and that way we can prep up some people for tomorrow and get that ready, because we do have someone that's in the chat that is actually going to potentially be on, right?
Yeah.
You can, but I want to make sure Pasta and I get a couple minutes just for him and I to talk real quick.
Oh, you want to call him out about him making fun of you on the air? Gotcha.
Hey, he's got that freedom of speech. Go ahead, Austin. Have at it.
No, somebody talk about tomorrow. Go ahead.
You know something? I'm gonna put it to you like this. You and Mike, right? You guys need to squash this. I don't know if it's chemistry, like this misplaced. You guys need to like squash this. Like it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of sexual in nature. I don't know.
Yeah, well, when I see him on Tuesday or whatever, I was just taking your ideas where you said you were gonna get him down by the knees or whatever, and tackle him. Mm-hmm. I think I'll take one of those legs and tackle him to the ground and just be like, "There, now you know," but really just hide behind your massive physique.
He's going down. He's going as soon as I see.
All I know. Any of y'all motherfuckers touch me in the airport, we're all going to prison because I'm gonna fucking beat your ass.
Hey, look. On site.
We're gonna be in cuffs. You're gonna be like, "I fucking told y'all. This is how we meet."
Yeah.
I already look, gang. I already told you. You already know what it is.
I scratched first.
But hold on. But hold on. I just want to say to Pastor Joan or whatever his name is.
Han.
Soft J. Soft J.
Just because you left a debate and you still could not prove that your God exists or that Jesus exists doesn't mean you won by default. So quit telling your wife you won a debate because she knows better. She knows better. and get a haircut for the love of God.
As much as I dislike Pastor John's face, he did whip your ass in that debate, though. Austin.
How he didn't prove anything? I literally laughed at him half the time.
He proved he could drink a gallon of iced tea in less.
I almost became safe that day.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're full of shit.
I prayed.
You're full of shit.
That night. I did.
No,
I said grace. I said grace before I ate.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I said I wanted the food to nourish my body.
That was, you were praying to Krishna though, right?
Well, I don't know which God they were talking about. Maybe I was lost.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna convert to every religion on my deathbed,
just to be sure.
Just to make sure.
Yeah. Have you considered the wager that maybe there is an afterlife where all atheists go to heaven, but all the theists go to hell?
Here you go, Austin, right here.
Then you would be wrong. Then you would be wrong.
Ask your atheist comrades.
Going on.
God damn it. These bastards. Ask your atheist comrades who won. I come on the show for like 2 minutes and hey, ask your atheist comrades who won. Then come talk to me.
All I remember about that.
Hold on. He proved nothing, so he didn't win. So take that shit off the screen.
All I remember about that debate was
debate.
Yeah, debate. Oh, as Pastor John being like, "Can you hear me?" And everyone being like, "No, we can't hear you."
Look, here's my apple juice. But God.
So I don't really remember the debate. I have to go back and watch it. But all I remember was a massive amount of technical difficulties and drinking of iced tea or orange juice or whatever it was that he had like a big fucking gallon of.
You know, all I have to say is that between all of us, the 6 of us, right? If we're including Pastor John or Jan, I think he would look the best in heels. That's all I got to
say. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the way he holds that microphone when he's singing. I'm just saying.
He's like the Josh Groban of youth pastor gospel out of tune singing, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you go look him up. Go look him up. He goes from backup singer to lead singer to pastor to backup singer. Like, I'm confused on what he even does. Like, is he the youth pastor? Is he the pastor? Is he? I'm the guy that's supposed to rob you of your money during tithe and offering time.
No, right? Talent scout, talent coordinator.
I think he runs the like fish fries on the weekends.
Oh.
This is all that's what that Abrahamic deity said to those poor folks in the OT.
Someone much cooler just came in, so we can talk about him instead.
Yeah, but real quick. Yeah, so we won't talk about the guy that thinks he won a debate because he still hasn't proven his God.
We'll talk about the cool Canadian.
We'll talk about people that actually have a real argument. But there was somebody a minute ago that said, "Hey, on the website, I've only seen atheist." That's because I know I'm getting ready to leave, and I'll be gone for 3 or 4 days, and I've been kind of waiting to see when I'll get back and when I'm returning to work. It's kind of a up in the air time. But if you or anybody you know are theist, Christians, whatever, and you want to be on, or you know somebody wants to be on, come on. Like, email me, austin@tart.live. Email me, we'll schedule you. Oh, and there's my homeboy Neil's in the house. What up, Neil?
That's what I was talking about. The much cooler guy.
Yeah, he's way cooler than Joan or Yon or whatever. Jan Han. But what'd you say, Steve?
Oh, I was going to say, you guys brought Neil up, and I'm going to be joining him on his show on the 11th before we do our show with Objectively Dan.
Steve, we're on here plugging Tart, and you're going to plug your show? Are you really going to do that right now? You really just did that?
Bye.
You really just fucking did that?
This week, coming to Tart.
Damn, bro. Let Neil do that shit.
Hey, big shout out to Neil, the 604 atheist, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm look, this is a have fun episode. We're talking shit right now. But no, Steve will be on with Neil, and they'll have a great conversation. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. So let me just bring this up, right? Austin is going to be flying into Atlanta this weekend. Well, Sunday, Monday, right? Sunday
afternoon.
Yep. And as soon as he lands, I'm going to take him down to the ground. So he's getting put into a figure four of some. So it's going to be like a submission type.
I'll wear the referee uniform and I'll catch you tapped out, son.
Because we alpha.
Be the Atlanta screw job. If you're familiar with wrestling, you'll know that.
My girl got a body like Alba.
But bitch, I'm the alpha.
Oh, okay then. Okay, so you're gonna step to me then? Is what's going? Is that what's
Pasta. I already told you. You don't want them problems. I already told you don't want them problems. Like the guys even told you don't want them problems, but you keep being ignorant. So if you want to try to take me down, if you want to try to, then all y'all bring the problems.
Listen to me. Hey, listen to me for a minute. I'm like a giant,
I just want to see
sassy. I'm like a giant, sassy albino gorilla with like wet hands, just coming at you.
But do you have stripes?
No stripes.
Oh, okay. So if a tiger has stripes,
yep.
Nope, no stripes. Just fierceness. So just be ready, Austin. Just be ready, bud. That's all.
Here's the thing. And this is the first time I ever said this, and just I want you guys to put 2 and 2 together here. So every video almost every video and every picture I've seen of Pasta on TikTok or whatever, like he uses this filter to like make himself look like really big, right? But notice this motherfucker always has a hoodie on, right? He's always got a goddamn hoodie on. You know why? Because he uses this filter to like make himself look big. He's just this little 90-pound little fucking wimp. And he tries to wear this hoodie and tries to use this filter.
Stop.
And then talk all this shit. Talking about, I'm gonna tackle your ass. I'm gonna tackle your ass. I'm gonna break you like a fucking toothpick, bruh.
I've got a complex about myself. First of all, I've got burns on my head, so you're gonna feel bad. So feel.
No,
bad.
I don't at all.
Okay, and I've got a complex about being small. So, but I'm not gonna tell you what filter I use. So screw you.
Yeah, screw you too.
I know Jeff figured it out because he did it, and I was like, "Whoa, it's like Pasta fucking Light Junior." It's his son.
Yeah, remember Jeff when he used to have TikTok?
Oh yeah, before he ripped up books and things. And
interesting statistic about that. So 99% of the views that I was getting on TikTok all came from Indonesia.
Whoa! Same as your clothes.
Yeah, right. Anyway, real quick, Dragons and Genesis podcast just jumped in. He's become a regular listener and follower. And we're going to try to get him on here soon as well. And he might be like when you think about like the types, like a Etna, Dr. Josh, and that type of brain, where they think and process information. He's very much on that level. So. But Christian apologetics, yeah, we want
tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night. He just popped in. So coffee, he's coming on tomorrow night. Yep. Yeah. So I want to make sure we plug that, and he'll be on tomorrow night, and we'll dig into his what, how, why.
Hey, Austin, am I saying his name right? Is it Coffee? I
think it's Coffee.
Coffee. So Coffee's on tomorrow night. He's like a psychedelic Christian. He's only a Christian when he's high. Is that what it is, or?
I don't know. That's why we do the show.
Well, Pasta, you'll need to tune in tomorrow night.
Where's it? What channel?
Those questions and more.
What channel? Where am I finding you guys at? How do I get
this channel? Whatever it
Atheist Roundtable.
You go to your
and for the whoa. For the record, it's the Atheist Roundtable. It's not
what is
Atheist the Atheist Roundtable. It's not Roundtable of Atheists and Christians. It's not the International Roundtable. It's not the Subcontinent Roundtable. It's the Atheist Roundtable.
Tehe Roundtable.
Yeah, but those guys do have better Wi-Fi than you, though.
All right, he's gone. That was cool.
You feel better?
People always ask why Pasta's not on the show more frequently.
God damn it. I don't ban myself. God damn it. So, hey, but seriously though, did somebody just say if we get to 1,000 followers, or subscribers, I'm going to come on shirtless?
I thought I saw that.
Actually, if I can be honest, that's what Pastor Han.
We would lose our 1,000 subscribers.
immediately down to like 15 subscribers.
Pastor Han said he would create the next 400 fake accounts to see you take your shirt off.
He would immediately have to pray. He would have to pray to somebody.
Well, he would leave his wife.
Yeah, it wouldn't be we'd have to change the rating of our show.
Hold on real quick. So Christian apologetics, if you're being serious, because I think I've talked to you before about coming on or other people that you know coming on, like we'll have you on. And the reason nothing is scheduled in July is because I'm still waiting to confirm everything before I update the calendar, and then we'll add those on there. So I have to manually go in and add all that.
Awesome. So you're coming across a little bit condescending in your cadence. So
I am. Well, no, because I've addressed this like 40,000 times.
Just a little bit. So let me explain it to him. So
okay, you
Christian,
right. It's true.
So Christian apologetics. Okay, let me break it down to you. So if you'd like to come on in July, okay, what you're going to have to go ahead and do is email Austin at Austin. What is it?
Hold on, wait. He still hasn't emailed yet? Because that was a long time ago when we offered that.
Yeah. And we need to know if you're for real, and you can come on. You're allowed to come on. You can come on with Mike and Austin, the two of them. They'll take you through the gauntlet.
You have until the 30th of this month to send that email, or else I don't want to be on the show with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Actually, Mike will actually take.
I'll be on the spot for the show with anybody.
All right. Well,
just saying.
Well, Jeff and I are going to bow out. It's just going to be Murder Shed Steve, J Mike, and Og to take it to the bridge.
Take it to the bridge.
I love you.
So are we ready? Everybody good?
Yeah, we're doing a very informal show today since we had the announcements. What's the next? What are we doing? I'm ready. Yes.
All right. So I just want to make sure everybody's ready. So how I'll wrap it up is we have just passed the hour, and we'll kind of end the show here in a second. And I told the guys when we were in the pre-show backstage is that, depending on how many viewers are there will really dictate whether we do an after show or not. And I told them if we're right around that 20 if we're right around that 20 mark, we will offer to do a after party and invite people on, especially those that follow the show on a regular basis, that are always in the chat. We would love to do that and just hang out and kind of celebrate. Some of these, some of these things to some people might not be a big fucking deal. They're like, why is this a big announcement? To us, it's a big deal, and for the ones that have been here since day one, it's a big deal, and we want to talk about it, celebrate it, and just have fun. We're a lot of times we're serious and just we just want to have fun. So before we do that, the one thing I want to share is, because, and I know Christian apologetics, we've had this discussion a couple times, and we'd love to have that person on, but anybody, that's a theist, whether again, it's Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, it doesn't matter. Like we prefer to have the theist on. That's our preference. So we're always trying to build those relationships and have that conversation. But I want to make sure it's crystal clear for everybody that's watching, and as we're asking people to talk to their friends and their family, that you understand exactly what it is, or I'm sorry, exactly how people are going to be treated, and how the show goes when they come on. We talk about all the time. We are not going to attack the human. We're not going to attack the person. We're not in this to humiliate anybody. We're not in this to embarrass anybody. So you never have to worry about that. Now, does that mean we're not going to ask you difficult questions and tough questions? Hell yeah, we are. Because we will attack your belief. We will attack the religion. But we will never come after you, the human. I won't be a part of that. I won't do that. So anybody that wants to, or you feel like your family, your friends should, like I said, have a conversation here. That's one thing you can count on. We're not going to do that. And at the end of the day, all of us have had this conversation behind quote unquote, behind closed doors. We simply just want to know more true things than not. And that's why we do this. That's why we have this show. And if somebody can bring us evidence that can persuade us or convince us that a God is real, sure, we'll reconsider our stance and our position, but that has yet to happen. Point blank, it's just yet to happen. So we want to have as many of those dialogues or as many of those conversations as possible. And then finally, people ask me all the time, well, Austin, if you don't believe in a God, why do this? Why have this show? Why do you do what you do? Why do these guys do what they do? And I don't know if that was lightning or a firework, but why do you guys do this? Look, there are people right now that where I was that are where I was, several years ago, where it's like they're on that teetering point of questioning and being a skeptic, and they don't know what way to go. And they may tune in this channel and say, okay, this is what I needed to hear. Now, what's the next step? What's the next step? Where do I go from here? And we want to be kind of that pivot for them, that pivotal point or position for them, where it's either we can help them or we can send them to a resource that that helps them. So, for the ones listening, yeah, we love to cut up and we talk shit and we have fun, but man, I can say this for everybody involved in this. We love people. We love helping people. And that's why we're in this. And if anything else is said or misconstrued, holla at your boy, because I'll correct that. I'll correct that real quick. So, Mike, Steve, before we sign off, anything you guys like to add to that?
I'll go after Steve with the final thoughts. If Steve has anything he wants to add first.
I was just going to say it's probably best that Steve goes first and you end it.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, no, I agree with everything Oz said. I don't really have anything to add.
Okay, and before Mike goes on his, because I'm going to say this before Mike does his final statement or final thoughts. Sorry, final thoughts. We will do, because we're right around that 20 mark, like I said. So we will do an after party, and depending on how many people are involved, we'll have a conversation. Depending on how long it goes, but we will do that afterward, and I'll create a link and get that up here shortly. But my man Mike, appreciate you, brother. Love you, and let's hear your final thoughts.
Yeah.
Jesus Mike and his final thoughts, yeah.
We need your help. One of our friends, good friend of ours on the show, he's unfortunately been banned from TikTok, and we need your help to get him back on. Now, some say it's a free account. That's a bunch of baloney. You need to go to the Atheist Roundtable, patreon.com, the Atheist Roundtable, and donate some money to getting Jeff a brain so that he doesn't get his TikToks banned. And with that said, we appreciate it, guys, and just know that you can make the difference. You can help the Jeff in your life. You can be that positive change where he doesn't have to tear up your beliefs and rip them like they're nothing. That said, guys, we love you. Stay safe.
Thank you for visiting our wonderful and extraordinary YouTube channel, Tart. That's the Atheist Roundtable. Don't forget, folks, we do have some upcoming fantastic guests. It's Jenna Belk and some guy named Dan or something from the ACA. Big shout going out to Jesus Mike, Murder Shed Steve, Oz, and the Just Jeff fella. That troll-looking guy that was on the screen earlier. And that's a wrap, folks. You guys have a good night.